everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to show you something that's a very common requirement for a business application, and that is the ability to export your data from the application into an Excel file or a CSV file format. So I'm going to show you how to set up your application in ASP.NET C WebForms, connecting it to your SQL Server database, and eventually exporting that data into an Excel file or a CSV file.
Okay, so here we got the application up and running. This is the end result I'm showing you now. So it has the data displaying here in the table from your database, and has the ability to actually export to Excel. Let's log in first. Okay, cool. Click there, and it'll actually export it into an XLSX file. Let's just have a look and open it up. Okay, and then you can see it actually gone and exported the data right into Excel with column headers. And I also want to show you here, you see this total column, so you can click here and if you drag it like this, it'll actually show you here at the bottom is doing a calculation, a sum calculation, average and account. And this is because it has a format or data type or numeric. Okay, so that's quite important. Most businesses still these days use Excel very extensively for supporting their business functions, and they have to be able to do totals like this. So here you can actually go and say just enable editing, and say we want to do insert a sum total here. So sum, and we're taking all of these. Okay, and it will display the total. Okay, great. So close this Excel file, and then you can also export to CSV format. And let me just show you what this file looks like. You can also open it in Excel as the same as the XLSX file. Okay, and then you'll see it looks basically the same, has column headers as well. Okay, it fits into Excel. You can do the same sum totaling on this column. So there you have it, there's your .csv file. And let's see if we can open it in a notepad, and you will see that it actually has a comma separated value format. And let's open up this file in Notepad, basic Notepad. And there you can see it has a the first line is column headings. You can see it's comma separated. Okay, all the values are comma separated, and this typically you can use in another process that will import this file into your database. And comma separated values for the newbies out there, it's a very common way that companies request files in, so as to import it on their side. So you have to be able to export it in a CSV format as well as Excel, because Excel, what's nice about Excel is most people know how to use it, and they will set up their reports in Microsoft Excel. So let's go ahead and look at the code, or look at the code how to produce this. Right, so here we are. This is a basic ASP.NET web application. So let's just start at the basic. Go into the web.config file right here at the bottom. Okay, so basically here, if you look at this section where we have connection streams, we put in a connection string. This connects our application to our SQL Server database. So you can pause the video right here and just to get a nice look at how your connection string must look. And this is if you use integrated security. In other words, it will authenticate you based on your user ID, your Windows login. Okay, this doesn't use an explicit username and password, but it does take into account that you have a valid user Windows logon. Okay, so this is what your connection string will look like. This you will have the name of your SQL Server. Okay, and right over here, initial catalog. This refers to the database. Our database name is user account. Okay, so you can base your connection string on this example. Okay, right. Okay, so basically what I have here is a normal ASPX web page called contact. You can name it just about whatever you want. This is just for purposes of displaying a grid with data from your SQL Server. So let's have a look at the code to the markup code to produce this page. Click on source, and you'll see here I'm using an ASP GridVIew. Control OK. This is the important section here. You have an image button with an image URL, and this is an Excel icon that I've downloaded from the internet. Okay, and it's got an on-click event, image button 1_click, and we have another button, a button here, which has the text of CSV, and this is going to contain the functionality of the logic to export to CSV. Okay, so you can, if you want to copy this code, use it as you can just pause your YouTube video right here and just have a good look. And yeah, it's very basic, simple functionality what I'm going to show you here. Right, then we can go ahead and look at the code behind the page. Just right click and go to view code. It's still up to the top. Okay, so now let's start at the beginning. Okay, we have a page load event, and in page load you're gonna have a bind GridVIew procedure method. I called it bind GridVIew, and this is what it looks like. So first of all, we will need a data table. So we declare a new a variable of type data table. Okay, and the next line here is to actually access your connection string, which remember we have in the web.config file. Okay, so this is a method of extracting the SQL connection string from your web.config file. Next line is the opening here up a SQL connection, so we declare a SQL connection object. Okay, next we need a SQL command. Okay, and here you can actually put in an inline SQL select statement if you want, but that's not very good practice. So what I've done is I went onto the database and created a stored procedure called SEL_contacts all. Okay, so this is the name of my stored procedure that will actually return the data that I'm looking for. I'm going to show you in a moment what that looks like. Okay, you pass in another parameter here called for the connection. This is your actual SQL connection object. Let's go and have a look at the database. So this is the stored procedure that I talked about now. Okay, it's very simple stored block. All we're doing here is say select contact ID, first name, last name, email, mobile, and total. And I'm going to show you now what this table looks like. So it selects data from our table called contacts, and over here is the actual table. Just see if we can expand it here. Okay, management studio is struggling a bit. Here we go. So we have a table with the following columns. Come on. Okay. The primary key contact ID of data type int and not null. We don't allow any null values here. First name, last name, mobile, email, total. This is just for demonstration purposes. It's a very simple table. Okay, and we can also select screen there to get the data. Okay, we have to look at the data we have in this table at the moment. Okay, and it's about to show us the output of the data set here. Okay, let's see. It's not connected to the let's just copy this. Let's just say new query. Sometimes SQL Server is a bit funny. Okay, it takes some time to wake up. Okay, there we go. Here you can see the data. So it's a very simple table, and we have a few rows of data in this table. Okay, so now how to connect it, get it into your application. Okay, so there we got the SQL command, and we just put in the name of the stored procedure right here. The command type is stored procedure. We're also using a SQL data adapter. Okay, so yeah, let's put it into a try catch. This is just to catch any exceptions, to handle your exceptions, so the application don't just crash. So saying here conduct open. Now this is your SQL connection using the open command there, and we're going to use the data adapter, and we say va.fill, data adapter.fill, and we pass it the data table as a parameter, and it's going to fill your data table that you declared here in the top. It's going to fill that with data. So it's going to finally, it's going to say if the connection state is open, close it. So you're closing the data disconnection after you finish with that transaction. Okay, then now GridVIew 1, we first do the actual GridVIew control on your SPX form we have here. Okay, we're going to set the data source property equal to duty, which is a data table. We're going to use the command data bind, and then we're going to say auto generate columns equals true. It will automatically generate the column names for you, so you don't have to go into design view and create the columns up front if you don't want to. Unless you want to do that, you can actually go here onto your grid control, and you can go and say edit columns or add new columns to create them in your design file. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the application. Okay, cool, it's currently running. Okay, and there you can see it displays the data, gets it from your database. So now the next step is going to be how to create functionality to export it to Excel and CSV format. Okay, so let's get into that. Now, what is important here to realize is that now there are many ways to export data into Excel. You can use the Excel.interop or the Microsoft.excel.interop libraries. which basically gives you access to the Excel application object model, and you can use like an API to communicate with Microsoft Excel. Then there's another way, it's called VSTO or Visual Studio Tools for Office, and it also uses an Excel library to communicate with Excel via your C# code. Now that'll work well on your local development machine, your PC. However, if you want to deploy publish this application onto your web server, say, now your web server, even though you will just deploy the DLLs, the interop, the excel.interop DLLs or the VSTO files, even though you will deploy it with your application onto the web server, it will not work. You will get exception, the like of that it's not finding the DLL. It will be unusable unless you actually go and install Microsoft Office Excel onto your web server, which is something that you will not be able to do. It's very bad practice, and your network administrator will probably not allow you to install Microsoft Excel onto a web server. So there's another way to get past this problem, and that's to use something called OpenXML. Okay, here you can see I'm using document format.openxml namespace. Okay, OpenXML. So where do you get OpenXML? Now that's a third-party library that you have to either download from the internet. You can Google OpenXML, download it, or you can add it through a NuGet package in Visual Studio. So I'm going to show you how to actually do that, and the way we do that is to stop the application. You want to view your package manager console. Okay, so if you don't find your package manager console, you can go to the view menu in Visual Studio. I think it's under other Windows. There we go, package manager console. Okay, and we'll bring it up. And the command you will use here to download and install OpenXML into your Visual Studio solution, you're gonna run this command: install package document format.openxml, and we'll pass it the version 2.7.2, which is the latest version I've used at this point in time, and it will install OpenXML into your solution. Okay, right, and then you will be able to use the OpenXML namespace. Okay, right, so now we have this page, and we have an image button here. If you look at the properties, okay, you will see here it has an image URL, and this is just a path to an Excel icon that I'm using. Okay, right, so, and now obviously this image button, to double click it, that has a click in it. Okay, and I've created another procedure here called export to Excel, and we're passing it in the parameter the GridVIew control itself, okay, and the page, okay, this web page. We're passing that in. You're going to see now in a moment, you're going to see why I'm doing that. So here you would go and just pause your video here and just have a good look, take a good look at this code. So what's happening here is that we have a function called sorry, that's the wrong one. Go to the export to Excel function. Here we go. Right, great. Okay, great. So it's called private void export to Excel. It takes in a GridVIew control as the first parameter, and a system.web.ui.page parameter as the second parameter. Right. So what we need to give it, what we want to get out of here is a file name that will be generated by your code that creates the Excel file. Okay, so I've gone ahead here and created another, created my own class that exports, that creates this XML, this Excel code. Okay, it sits right in export. It's my class. Let's go into this into the class actually. Basically, I've gone ahead and created a folder in my solution called helpers, and I've gone ahead and added a new class called export.cs. Okay, it's just a normal class file. And here we will see I have a static function that returns a data type of string, which is going to be the file path, the resulting file path of your Excel file. Okay. Now this function takes in GridVIew control, file name, and a sheet name for your sheet name Excel. Okay, so we have here file path equals http context.current.server.map path. Now this gets the current path where your application is running or executing, and we put in here a file name that we want to use and the name of the sheet as well. Make it kind of a unique name, and we are appending the .xls extension here for the file extension. The next thing, we have a string builder. Essentially the new string builder is. This is going to contain the actual text that we're going to write into the file. Actually, for this function, we don't need, we can ignore this one as we're going to use that in the CSV export. So to export it to an Excel file, this is what you need. Okay. So let's just get a nice view of the code. So using atomic transaction here, we have a var workbook equals, and this is standard code that you can copy and paste and use over and over and over. It always look the same when using OpenXL. Okay, spreadsheet document.create, you pass it a file path. Okay, and you give it the type of workbook. Okay, just get a better view of the code here. Okay, there we go. Now, very important, in order to be able to access classes or data types, you have to use some using statements here at the top of your class. So you can see I'm referencing the document format of OpenXML packaging, which you have to add the statements at the top. Right, so here we're going, and we say we're creating a workbook part. Okay, and we instantiating the workbook. Sheets. We have a sheet selection, and we have a sheet part. This code you can just literally copy and use. You can use it over and over. It's going to be the same every time. Okay, so let's go to section of the code where things get a bit more interesting. This is all just to instantiate, to actually instantiate the workbook and the worksheet properties and all that stuff. You can look down at the. I will actually copy and paste this code into the right below the video. In the description box, so you can it'll be for your convenience. Okay, you don't want to memorize everything here. You don't want to go and type it out. Actually, pausing your video and typing this all by hand. Okay, so you can just copy and paste the code into your app. I will leave it here at the bottom of the video in the description. Okay, great. So what we're going to do here is we're going to loop through the actual column. So we want to create the column headings in the Excel file. This is how we do it. Okay. So for each data column in the data source of our grid view, okay, the GB is the parameter we passed in the grid view. Right here at the top, okay, go, the grid view control. Okay, and we're casting it into a data table so we can access the columns collection. Okay, so here we are extracting the column name because we want to print the column name into the Excel sheet to be used as a heading, column heading. Okay, here we are instantiating a new cell object in the Excel spreadsheet, giving it a data type of string in this case. Because it's just plain text. You need to calculate or do any sum totals on the column here. Okay, we give it a cell value of the cell value variable here at the top, the column name. Then we say, okay, here we have a column row. Column row is basically a row object in the spreadsheet. So we're going to say column row that append child cell call. The cell call is the actual cell the spreadsheet's shell object. Okay, so we're appending this cell object and we're making it part of the row, so the first row in the Excel sheet. This line here you can ignore, that's for taking it for writing it to CSV. Okay, we're increasing a column counter here. Now the reason we have a column counter, now this is a okay, this is an int variable, a variable data buffer, and it's just keeping count actually of the number of columns. So we're clicking here. Now this is if you're writing it out into CSV, so maybe let's get back later to this before the code. It's not relevant in this scenario. Okay, so after you've written all the code, all the data columns, okay, into your onto the first row of your Excel sheet, you need to say sheet data.append child column row, and that actually adds the row into your Excel sheet. Now the next thing is you want to iterate through all the rows in your GridVIew control, the rows data, and we're using a for each loop for this. So for each GridVIew row in the GridVIew control.rows selection, and this is what's going to happen. So you're going to say, you're going to instantiate a new row after there, okay, and this is the first cell value. So this refers to in your row in your data grid control, GridVIew control, cell at index number 0, which is your primary key ID, and we accessing the text property there and passing it to the string. Okay, and we're giving the data type of string, and we're giving it cell value of value we just extracted from cell index 0. Okay, then we need to say new sheet row.append child, which appends the actual cell to the row object. Okay. The next thing we want to access is the cell at index number 1, which is the next, which is the I think it's the first name. Yeah, it's the first name column, last name, email. Okay, so basically we begin at index 0, which is your contact ID, your contact ID. 1 will be index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you'll see here we go through the code. We'll go literally duplicate the code for each of those columns. So you can see number 5. Number 5. So eventually we append the entire row, the row, we append it to the sheet, the Excel sheet. Okay, increase the row counter. This one you can ignore for now, this is for CSV format. Okay. And then this one right here is for the CSV scenario, which we're going to get back to a bit later. So what I want to do is I actually want to step through this code and show you step by step what happens. Let's put a breakpoint right here. Okay, so let's click on the on this Excel icon, and it should go into our code and hit the breakpoint. Okay, great. So let's step through the code. You can use F11. Okay. Okay, this part, as I said, is just a code snippet that you will use over to instantiate a new Excel sheet and Excel file document. Now this is where the actual logic is to produce the content of the Excel file. Okay, here we're looking through the columns in our data grid, and you can see column name there. Okay, contact ID. Okay. Okay, and here we go into this if condition. So if the column counter is smaller than the number of columns, it has to append a comma. Now this is once again not applicable in this scenario because that's for CSV, so you can ignore that. You're just creating the columns here. Okay, it's coming in here again for the second iteration. Now the column name is first name. Okay, so it's gonna write that column name into the Excel file. Okay, so there we go, last name. So we're just looping through all of the columns here. Okay, email and so forth. So let's do another breakpoint. Here where it gets into the rows. So now for each row here, it's going to loop. It's going to get into this loop right here. Okay, here we accessing cell index 0. That's a value of 1. Okay, here the PK contact ID is 1. First row. Okay, and index number 1 text is Steve. Okay, that is the first name. There we go, Steve. So it's basically going to continue like this for each and every row in that table. Let's put another breakpoint here at the end of this piece of code. Okay, and it's going to return our file path, which is going to tell you where this actual file is created on your hard drive. Okay, let's just get on there, and now it's going to come in here. Okay, so now the following piece of code here, this snippet you can use over and over again. It's just template code to actually output the file into the page in the user's browser, and which will download it from the browser, from the page onto the hard drive. Okay, so this piece of code you can just copy. Okay, here this piece of code, this is important. You just give it a name here for your file. Okay, exported file.xlsx. You can make it any name you want to, really making the content type on text application. And then this line here responds to the transmit file, the file name, passes in the file name parameter, so it knows which file to transfer it to download onto the user's machine. This is just some cleanup code here. And finally, we want to delete the file. Now, this file location is of course in the directory where your code is executing and running. We don't want to keep that file. This is the original file that it creates. Write it to the disk on the server, not on the user's machine, not on the client's machine, but on the server. This file location is on your web server. We're going to delete that file, otherwise it's going to accumulate and pile up, and you'll have hundreds or thousands of files on your web server which you don't need. So this deletes the original file. This line where we say transmit file, this is actually the transmits the file or downloads it onto the client's machine. Just continue there, and you will see here, there it downloaded the file. Let's click on it, open it up. Here we go, it opens it up in Excel, and here is your actual file. You just dismiss the very annoying Excel. Okay, there we go, there's your Excel file. Okay, let's close it. Now let's get into the CSV function. So, I'm going to put a breakpoint in the code here. We generate the CSV file. Sorry, it's really running this code actually. That's the code. Okay, yeah. Export to CSV. Also, it takes in the GridVIew as a parameter and the page. Okay, so put our breakpoint there and click on the CSV button. Now we're going to step into the same function again. Now for CSV, you can ignore all the Excel stuff here, all these worksheet stuff, not applicable. Just for brevity's sake, I didn't create a separate export to CSV function, but it would be good practice to do that. So the thing that's important here is okay, let's go again. Oh great, here we get into the columns once again. Going to look through all the columns in the data. And what we're doing here is appending using this string builder option. This is a string builder using the append function, and we're appending the values to that. Okay, here at the top we declared a string builder. Okay, and just basically appending the string, and we're checking the column count here to see that it's less than the column count, because for the very last column we would only want to append an extra comma, and the file is going to be broken. So step it through here, another breakpoint here, get to the row. So here once again, this line you can see SBCS string, that's our string builder, just appending the current cell value. Current cell value there is 1 of course for the primary key. Okay, and as we go along, number 2, cell number 2 is the value there is jobs. Okay, so it's going to loop through this code up until it's finished with all the rows in the data set. And here we're going to say file.write all text. Now here we're writing actually to a physical file on the hard drive, giving it a file path. And just replacing the .xls characters for this case. File, then the file path. Okay, and over. So here we replace once again the XLS. Transmit the file or download it to the users, the client machine, and delete the original file. And here we go. File, you can open it up in Excel or Notepad. Okay, there we go. This is our CSV file. It looks pretty much the same as the Excel file because you can open CSV files in Excel. Let's just go and have a look at it. Okay, and there's our CSV content. Okay, great stuff. And that is basically it. So please have a look. As I said, I'm going to copy and paste it down below this video, so that you don't have to physically go and type out everything if you don't want to. But yeah, this is a basic, very essential method of exporting the data into Excel and CSV format.
Remember, there's only one race, and that's the human race. Okay.